Well, hello, my dear viewers, welcome back to the channel. This time around, I bring you this week's chapter of the 7 Deadly Sins. 223, Bewildered Lovers, or something along those lines. I saw the name of the chapter a little bit fast, and I have not got it in its entirety. Let's just read. If the 10 Commandments are killed, Elaine will die. You stand correct. The 7 deadly sins now embark towards the land, full of discord and conflict. Camelot. Very, very cool. This one secret tears the rift open between them as each holds the other in their hearts. This is love. Very well, let's... Okay, yes, chapter 223. Jesus, I cannot speak today for the life of me. Bewildered Lovers. Let's move on past the fan art. Okay, here we are. Ooh. Elaine is also suffering? I mean, I guess she was not entirely good last chapter, so... And there's Ban. Ban looks thick in his armor. Damn, all of them do actually. Okay. Also, now she's sharing everything with the ladies. Nice. He told me this strange story about how supposedly each time that I die, I lose all memories of my past life, and that I've been reincarnated time and time again. I'm shocked too. I can't believe that you're the same goddess Elizabeth that I met 3,000 years ago, only reborn. To be honest, this is all just so sudden I can barely wrap my head around it. And of course it's not like I could just accept all of it as the truth just like that. Well, he showed you that in your head, so... Well, I guess it could have been an illusion. Fair point. I contradicted myself, but yeah, fair point. But you really want to accept it as the truth, don't you? Have you told this to the captain already? Yeah, but he just brushed it off. That's so mean. Do you think it has something to do... Wait, do you think it has to do with something he might not want you to remember? Like, maybe the captain of that time did all kinds of super perverted... I started reading this as like, oh, she's going to go serious on this, but no, it's just she thinks... Anyway, I'm not really sure about that. Something he doesn't want me to remember. Okay, then remember everything and know the true extent of the depths of your sin from back then. Flashback? No. Thank you, Diane. It just might happen that you'll end up digging up painful memories of past lives, but there's sure to be happy memories there as well. It was the same for me and for Gouter too. Fair point. And there come the demons. And Hog's mama just... She doesn't even blow from her mouth, she just blows from her nose or something. She breathes out and just obliterates the demon. Oh, and here's the tense moment between Merlin and Escanor. Damn, this poor guy is suffering so much over this. And he's going to end up not being anything that he thinks of. The city's stronghold Conrad. Even from this distance I can already sense powerful magic forces. Without a doubt it is the 10 Commandments. And it's not just them, there's also some strange unnatural swelling from there. But before that... Okay, and it just cuts to King and Halbram. Okay, just chit-chat between Halbram and King, and there it is, the main two guys, Ban and Meliodas. Do you mind if if I sit this mission out. Okay. It's about Elaine. The source of this dimensional disturbance is in all likelihood Melascula. Being the one endowed with fate by the Demon King, she is very unlikely to listen to negotiations. We will inevitably end up having to fight her. But if we kill her, Elaine is going to die. Elaine's already at her limit. If we defeat Melascula on top of that, it's unavoidable. So at the very least I want to be there with her in her final moments. I know how... Oh, this is not going to end well. Having to let the woman you love die all over... Oh, he knows all that very well, I'm sure of that. Okay, something's wrong. We've got a problem. Okay, what's wrong with Elizabeth? She's witching and Diane is holding on to her. Wait, what? Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. She's confusing the memories. Oh yeah. It's like the bleeding effect from Assassin's Creed. Like she experienced her own memories and now she can't tell past from present. That is good. I need to let Meliodas know that Barzard has been beaten by a werefox. The knights have sent word for you that Barzard has been seriously injured. Princess Elizabeth, do you know who I am? It's been a long time, Merlin. I hardly recognized you looking so young. Are you still living by yourself in Belialwyn? Elizabeth, your eyes. Oh, it's the goddess eyes. Do you know the cause of this? It's probably the effects of Zalori's magic from when she freed me from his curse. So then does that mean that the curse has moved on to Elizabeth now? It's through time. I hope. Elizabeth's memories has started to return. You mean her past lives? That's incredible. Apparently Elizabeth has been reincarnated dozens of times over the last 3,000 years, each time losing all of her memories of her previous life. That's why she was saying she wanted to get back her memories of her past life to us earlier. Watch your mouth, Diane. Yes, she's not the one who was supposed to be telling this, but given the tense moment... Sorry about that. Captain is the one that's being mean. He purposely ignored Elizabeth when she tried to talk to him about it. It's all over now. It won't take long for all of her memories to return, and once that happens... Wait, what? Elizabeth will die in 3 days. What? Diane, what you're joking around? That is our destiny. There's no longer any need to keep quiet about it, so I'll tell you everything. Please do. Holy heck. About the true purpose of my 3,000-year journey. What is the reason for Elizabeth's curse? The time has come for the captain to tell about his darkness-enveloped past. That is the way we live. What is the reason for Elizabeth's curse? The time has come for the captain to tell about his darkness-enveloped past. Okay, so it's basically the same line written in. So here goes my theory. Just before anything else, and so we can wrap up the video. You remember how I told you that what Zeldoris called the curse was nothing more than the love that Meliodas felt for Elizabeth and vice versa. Zeldoris, not knowing the true meaning of love between two people, between Meliodas and Elizabeth, called it a curse that strayed Meliodas from his true demon path. As we learned, Meliodas was at the time the closest guy to becoming of succeeding to the Demon King. So, possibly the Demon King learned about this and went himself to deal with Meliodas, and the way he did was, well, if you love her so much and there's no way to make you return from that, what I'm gonna do is I am gonna kill her here and now, but not only that, I'm gonna have her being reborn every time without her memories. However, as soon as she recovers the memories, she'll die in 3 days, so you won't ever be able to spend time with her as you know her without she dying in 3 days. So that's why we've seen this Elizabeth and Liz before her. Meliodas lived with Liz. He tried living with Elizabeth in his own way, like in a way that he could still be with her, he could still be together with her, but not getting too comfortable, because if he got very comfortable, he could spark some reaction on her memories and thus making them return. And now that Zeldoris did that work for him, well, things went down the drain from there on. Like, this is really the only explanation I see for them to be so messed up in this image. Like, there's no way that any other commandment could have made this. I mean, maybe Esterosa. Maybe Esterosa, but I'm not seeing Esterosa doing this much damage. Like, especially if we consider that the Meliodas from 3000 years ago was strong enough to stand up against the Demon King, or so I believe. If I'm remembering this correctly, Meliodas was strong enough to stand up to the Demon King himself. However, we'll learn another interesting piece of information. Elizabeth remembers Merlin from one of her past lives. So Merlin is older than some of us think. I mean, we don't even know how old she is really, so she's been around. But yes, this is my theory. The Demon King said to himself, you know what? Enough of this. I'm gonna take care of that guy myself. He's like Thanos at the end of, was it Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one. He went like to grab the Infinity Gauntlet and like, fine, I'll do this myself. And the Demon King was kinda like that. He saw his whole army fail against Meliodas and the goddesses, and he was just like, you know what? Enough of this. I'm gonna take care of this myself. Then there, he found them, and he was like, oh, so this is the reason why you chose to betray me, Meliodas. A woman, a goddess woman no less. It's always woman. It's always women that stray men from the righteous path. And I am being sarcastic here in case you didn't understand that. Just to make it clear. And then he went like, okay, if this is the reason, I'm not gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill her, so that you can live with the suffering of that. And so 3000 years passed on as Meliodas had to live each and every single day with that thinking. I don't think Elizabeth will die. It would make no sense whatsoever at this point of history. Elizabeth will not die. This is just to give that sense of urgency to the story, and to complement, because we've seen Ban and Meliodas speaking, and Ban was starting to doubt how how could Meliodas feel the same he feels if he had no one. But Ban has Elaine, and he will see her die twice now. He saw her die once, and he's approaching the second time. But now that Ban will know the true story of Meliodas, he'll understand his captain better. And I think that's the thing that's going to make him change his mind about going on the mission. Like, he's going to be like, okay, I wasn't fair to my captain. Once again, Ban was very unfair to Meliodas, because it's not the first time that Ban speaks something about Meliodas without knowing the full truth about him. So it's gonna be one of those moments again where Ban will just think to himself, what have I done again? I've doubted my best friend once again without knowing the full extent of his pain and suffering. And so I believe Ban will have a pivotal role in the next in the next mission that is to come. So this is it for now. This is it for my live reaction of the 7 Deadly Sins. A few theories to go on to the next chapter. Coming right up, we have this week's chapter of Fairy Tail, which I'm also very interested to see. I've heard some things and I've seen some things that actually Lucy is going to be and do quite good in this chapter, so I'm very eager for that. Of course, Fairy Tail is approaching its final moments. We have to enjoy them while they last. So, my dear friends, my dear viewers, I will see you right away. Please do let a comment in the comment section down below, thinking, what do you think of my performance and overall quality of the video? Please use the comment section to your leisure. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye bye.